my name's Linda and I'm part of the Refresh Activator team, and today I'm going to talk you through the hunger-o-meter chart. So as you can see, it is colour coded. So this middle section, the green, is what we would know as our neutral zone. The amber sections, 3, 4, 7 and 8, are what are our signalling sections, and the red sections at both ends are areas where we are aiming to avoid and are our extremes. So what I mean by that, by extremes, the base here, 1 and 2, is looking at extremely hungry. You might recognise hunger in different terms, so we might use words like starving, ravenous, famished. And as we move up the chart, we come right up to the end at 9 and 10 where we are feeling extremely full. Other words again we might associate with that is being stuffed, bursting, even sickly type feeling when we're feeling overly full. So we'll use this chart to help us understand if we are recognising when we're feeling hungry. So as I originally said, this middle section, the green, is where we feel neutral, and that's where you would find that you spend most of the day. But throughout the day, we're obviously going to move throughout this chart. So the amber is where we would start to recognise that we are starting to feel hungry. And the 7 and 8 is the sensation of feeling satisfied and maybe full, but not extremely full and not extremely hungry. So the idea to start with using the chart is to work out, can we recognise when we're feeling hungry and when are we feeling full. So you could use this maybe over a week to start with, and just gauging at each meal or each time you might feel that you want to have something to eat or drink, have that understanding and can you recognise where you are feeling. So before you eat, whereabouts on this scale do you feel? Do you recognise that you've got down to number 1, that you're extremely hungry, or can you recognise that you're at the singing end point at amber? After you've had your meal, you then need to score where you think you are with regards to how full you're feeling. Have you recognised the signal of being full and satisfied? Or do you find that you're scoring up in the high zone when you're extremely full and we're stuffed? Any of those scores are fine to be within, because at this point we're just trying to recognise where we are. And if we haven't done this before, it takes practice over time to learn how our bodies are signalling us and recognise where we are. So what we don't want to do is find ourselves feeling overly stressed and worried about any point of these scales. So just go with it, find that you're scoring yourself, and you might find naturally you start to find that you're actually hitting these amber zones just through that natural process of practicing where you are. The main reason why we want to use the hunger-o-meter is to allow us in some way to control our calorie intake. What happens if we get extremely hungry is 2 things. We could either make an unhealthy choice because our brains are trying to tell us that they're wanting some fatty and sugary foods because of how hungry we've got, or we have made a really healthy choice, which is great, but we then overeat, and without realising it we can actually hit 9 and 10 because of how hungry we were to start with, that we got to the extreme of how much we eat, so how much portion we have, and we easily get back to 9 and 10, and we're fluctuating between the two extremes. And that would then obviously increase our calorie intake. We can also be having food and eating snacks when we're already at 9 and 10. So we could already be feeling quite full. And things like boredom, stress, routine, it's just a habit that we've created, can all be linked to this top section. And again, once we can practice and recognise these different elements, we can then practice working towards keeping within our amber and green areas. So be kind to yourself, use it as a guide, and if you find that you are hitting the extremes and you want some support to actually help you work through working towards keeping in our amber and green sections, there is help and support out there. Refresh Activator team that I'm with and the Wellbeing Service can all help you with this, and you can get details and contact emails or telephone numbers through visiting our Refresh sites, whether this is through the website, Facebook or Twitter. Hope you found that useful, and again, if you need help or support, make contact. Thank you.